Wagyu beef is widely regarded as one of the most luxurious and carefully controlled food products in the world, known for its intense marbling, buttery texture, and rich flavor. Yet behind every premium, Wagyu steak lies a years-long production process that blends genetics, animal science, precision feeding, environmental control, strict grading systems, and high-end meat processing. What appears on a restaurant plate as a perfectly marbled cut of beef is actually the final result of one of the most disciplined agricultural and industrial food systems on Earth. And today on The How Factory, we're taking a deep look into how Wagyu beef is raised, graded, processed, and transformed into premium steaks, demanded by chefs and consumers worldwide. The journey begins with Wagyu genetics, which are fundamentally different from conventional cattle breeds. True Wagyu cattle originate from Japan and are prized for their natural ability to develop intramuscular fat, the fine marbling that melts during cooking. Breeding programs are tightly controlled with lineage records tracked carefully to preserve genetic purity. Calves are bred from selected bulls and cows chosen for marbling potential, muscle structure, temperament, and overall health. From birth, Wagyu calves are managed under conditions designed to minimize stress, because stress hormones negatively affect fat development and meat quality. During the early months of life, Wagyu calves remain close to their mothers, feeding on milk and gradually transitioning to solid feed. This early nutrition stage plays a critical role in long-term muscle and fat development. Farmers monitor growth rates closely, ensuring calves develop steadily without rapid weight gain that could compromise marbling later in life. Veterinary checks, vaccinations, and health monitoring are routine, and each animal is identified with tracking systems that follow it throughout its life. As Wagyu cattle mature, they enter specialized feeding programs that set them apart from standard beef production. Unlike conventional cattle raised quickly for lean meat, Wagyu are raised slowly over extended periods that can last 28 to 36 months or more. This slow growth allows fat to accumulate evenly within muscle fibers rather than forming thick external fat layers. Diets are carefully formulated using grains such as corn, barley, wheat, and rice straw, combined with protein sources and minerals. Feed composition is adjusted throughout the animal's life to control weight gain, digestive health, and marbling development. Feeding is done in measured portions rather than free feeding, preventing digestive stress and promoting consistent fat deposition. Clean water is always available, and housing environments are designed to be calm, clean, and comfortable. While popular myths exaggerate practices like daily massages or beer feeding, the reality is more scientific. Stress reduction, regular feeding schedules, and stable environments are what truly matter. Comfortable bedding, protection from extreme weather, and low-noise surroundings all contribute to better meat quality. Throughout the raising process, Wagyu cattle are monitored constantly. Weight, body condition, feed intake, and behavior are recorded. Animals showing signs of stress, illness, or abnormal growth are addressed immediately. This level of monitoring is labor-intensive and expensive, but it is essential for producing consistent premium beef. Every decision made during these months directly affects marbling, texture, and flavor. When Wagyu cattle reach maturity and optimal marbling development, they are prepared for processing. Transportation to processing facilities is handled carefully to minimize stress. Animals are moved over short distances when possible, and handling is calm and controlled. Stress immediately before slaughter can negatively impact meat quality by causing muscle contraction and moisture loss, so every step is designed to keep the animal relaxed. At the processing facility, Wagyu cattle enter a highly regulated environment focused on hygiene, precision, and humane handling. Slaughter follows strict animal welfare standards. Immediately after processing, carcasses are chilled under controlled temperatures to prevent bacterial growth while allowing muscle fibers to relax. This chilling phase is critical. Improper cooling can cause meat toughening or uneven fat distribution. Once chilled, the carcasses move to grading, one of the most important steps in Wagyu production. Grading determines the value and destination of the meat. In Japan, Wagyu is graded using a detailed system that evaluates yield and quality separately. Yield grades measure how much usable meat comes from the carcass, while quality grades assess marbling, meat color, fat color, texture, and firmness. Marbling is scored using a beef marbling standard, often ranging from 1 to 12. Only beef with exceptionally fine, evenly distributed marbling achieves the highest scores. Outside Japan, Wagyu grading systems may vary, but marbling remains the central focus. Trained inspectors visually assess ribeye sections, examining fat distribution and muscle quality under controlled lighting. The difference between premium Wagyu and ordinary beef is immediately visible. The muscle appears laced with delicate white fat rather than large, uneven streaks. This fat composition is what gives Wagyu its signature melt-in-the-mouth texture. After grading, carcasses are broken down into primal cuts. Skilled butchers separate sections such as rib, loin, chuck, and round with extreme care. Wagyu fat is softer than conventional beef fat, so cutting requires precision to maintain clean edges and avoid smearing. Each primal cut is labeled and tracked to maintain grade integrity throughout processing. Next comes aging, a critical step in developing flavor. Wagyu beef is often wet-aged under vacuum or dry-aged in temperature and humidity-controlled rooms. Aging allows enzymes to break down muscle fibers, enhancing tenderness and depth of flavor. Because Wagyu already contains high fat content, aging times are carefully controlled to prevent spoilage while maximizing flavor development. Some premium cuts are aged for several weeks before further processing. Once aged, primal cuts are fabricated into retail and restaurant portions. Butchers trim excess external fat while preserving intramuscular marbling. Steaks, such as ribeye, strip loin, and tenderloin, are cut to precise thickness. Portion control is critical because Wagyu is typically served in smaller quantities due to its richness. Each steak is inspected visually for marbling consistency, shape, and color. Packaging follows immediately after cutting. Wagyu beef is extremely sensitive to oxygen exposure, so vacuum sealing is commonly used to preserve freshness and prevent oxidation. Packaging facilities operate under strict hygiene controls with temperature-controlled rooms and continuous sanitation. Labels include grade, origin, cut, and traceability information, allowing buyers to verify authenticity. Quality control continues throughout packaging and distribution. Samples are tested for fat composition, moisture content, and microbial safety. Cold chain management is essential. Wagyu must remain within precise temperature ranges from processing facility to final destination. Any temperature deviation can affect texture and shelf life, so logistics systems monitor shipments continuously. Wagyu beef is distributed to high-end restaurants, specialty retailers, and international markets through carefully coordinated logistics networks. Some cuts are shipped fresh under refrigeration, while others are frozen rapidly using blast freezing techniques that preserve fat structure. Frozen Wagyu, when handled correctly, retains much of its original quality. Behind the scenes, sustainability and ethics play increasing roles in Wagyu production. Responsible breeders focus on animal welfare, land management, and feed sourcing. Waste from processing is minimized with byproducts repurposed where possible. Because Wagyu production is resource-intensive, efficiency and responsibility are essential to maintaining long-term viability. What makes Wagyu beef production remarkable is the patience involved. Unlike conventional beef raised quickly for volume, Wagyu is the result of years of controlled growth, careful feeding, and constant monitoring. Every stage, from genetics to grading, is designed to enhance marbling without compromising animal health or meat integrity. From carefully selected calves raised in calm environments to carcasses graded with scientific precision, from aging rooms to meticulously cut steaks, Wagyu beef represents one of the most refined food production systems in the world. It is not mass-produced in the traditional sense. It is cultivated. And that is exactly how Wagyu beef is raised, fed, graded, processed, aged, and transformed into premium steaks. A slow, disciplined journey that turns careful animal management into one of the most prized culinary products on Earth. Thanks for watching The How Factory, where we reveal how the world really works. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again for more deep dives into the systems, farms, and factories behind the world's most extraordinary products.